Good morning to all of you. Uh, this side Dr. Vaibhav Ashraf from KEA Shroff College, and it's a wonderful day. We start with our placement talk today, and we have some eminent speakers with us. One of whom I have heard, Dr. Mohan Rao. He is a wonderful speaker and wonderful to have you, sir. As I said that today we are meeting virtually, but hopefully we will meet in physical and you will have a lot of chat with us in future, sir. We have Dr. L. Bhushan from our college principal and the force behind KESSC. Welcome, ma'am, and thank you for giving us this opportunity. Uh, Dr. Bhushan is the principal for past decade, if I'm not wrong, ma'am. And she has been spearheading this college under her able leadership. The college, past 10 years ago, sir, I just would like to, sir and ma'am, I would like to bring to your notice that it was 2,000 students who were there when she took up the principal. Today, it is 8,000 plus students. So
Oh,
thank you, ma'am. And from just being in a college, which was not even under the UGC recognition of, I think B to we have grown from and we have got NAC two times, and we have scored A under her able leadership, and we have become an autonomous college. So the feather in the cap is autonomous. Plus, we were awarded from University of Mumbai Best College Award. So thank you, ma'am. I would request ma'am to please give inspirational lecture to our students, ma'am. Please.
Okay, thank you, Weber. Good morning, everybody present here on this platform today. On behalf of KES Shroff College and on behalf of KES Management, I hereby welcome Dr. Mohan Rao, Madam Veenu, and all the other student participants and delegates who are here and eagerly waiting to listen to Dr. Mohan Rao. His formal introduction will be given by Vaibhav Ashar, but let me tell you, dear students, I have heard him on many platforms and a very effective and a very good speaker, I would say, and that is why I said, sir, once we have this unlocked phase over, we would like to have you in our campus. And friends, sir is going to talk all about careers post-COVID. Very important. Ultimately, the idea of a college is to see that the students become employable and be employment ready. So what all we need to study, times have changed, the new normal situation is there. And I'm sure with Dr. Mohan Rao's inputs, our students will get a lot of information as to what to do, where to do, how to go about it. Since this is a very difficult situation for the students are confused. And but let me tell you, dear students, we are here to help you, guide you. And with effective speakers like Madam Veenu and Dr. Mohan Rao, I'm sure you will get some good insights. And please listen carefully and try to understand what they are saying, and you will learn a lot of things from Dr. Rao. And since Dr. Rao also belongs to CII and we have a partnership with CII, you will get much more opportunities to understand what the industry is looking for and how you should make yourself available for the industry. Basically, the supply and demand gap should be narrowed, and then only the demands of industry will be fulfilled and the outcomes of the academia will be fulfilled. So with these few words, I sign off. Over to you, Weber.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Uh, Before I start the formal introduction of Rao sir, one thing which I can say is that what I learned and what I heard from Rao sir about the positivity. Uh, the time when it was April, where I heard him first, he was the most positive person who said that this is the time of for India, and this is a time for the youth of India to aspire and desire. So the first thing that every student should look forward is to have a desire and then the aspirations to grow. So we are a facilitator, which I think Rao sir and madam will agree that we are facilitators. Our work is to facilitate and provide you a platter. हम घोड़े को पानी के कुएं तक लेके जा सकते हैं, पानी पीना नहीं पीना वो आपकी मर्जी है.
Exactly.
So this is where we are because our Dr. Rao is a professor and associate dean of IES Management College and Research Center. His profile is very big, but I think he has given it a very shorter profile. his outlook is huge. I mean, you cannot even imagine. He was the uh, CEO of Datamatics from 1992 to 2000 and DGM of Godrej and Boyce from 1978 to 1992. He was also the vice president of Dishnet DSL from 2000 to 2002. So this speaks about the person that we are talking about. Currently, he is the Dr. Rao is the co-chair of Education Task Force and Yuva advisor of CII Young Leaders. So all you young leaders, you have a great future in hearing. You are fortunate to hear a person like Dr. Rao. Over to you, Rao sir. I will not take much time now.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Good morning, Vaibhav Asher. Good morning, Madam Bhushan. You're very kind with a lot of flowers and credits to me. I'm a simple man. I think simple. I live simple. And for us, people like us, if we have grown, it's because of connect with the young people around. Today, my role has been heightened from what a moderate role. I'm a moderator actually. Your main speaker is Vinu Pillai, who is the head of HR Human Resources Department of the most trendy company today called Smart Connect Technologies. Since I have been asked to speak, I will add some of my couple of bits to what Vinu will continue to add later on. Right? The way I'm sure all you students, good afternoon, dear students of KA Shroff College. I'm sure all of you are, all your ears are and eyes are on the what we're going to be telling you for your future. But before that, I'm sure all of you must have realized how important you are to this world when COVID struck in March. Actually, this has helped you to understand how important you are. The COVID virus or whatever you call it has made you realize that your health, your wealth, yours is more important, right? Not that the family wealth is not important. And also made you realize how important the environment is around you. How you look after yourself, how you make others look after each other. Wearing a mask is fine, but others also should wear masks. So this also helped us to become very bold. And I saw a number of children around me telling me, "Uncle, mask पहन लो." बेटा मास्क पहना हुआ दिखता नहीं है आपको. So those kind of talks we have had and we have seen, and I think it's more. I'm sure the lockdown will lift sometime because all of you love to interact with each other. If at all I have made what I have and Bhushan Madam has made and Ashram sir has made, it's all because we were able to interact when we were young children, when we were like students like you. It's our interaction with peers that we learn a lot. But in this 6 months that is going on, and I guess it'll be a month more in Bombay, that's what I am reliably told. I'm not political, but I have got political ears. Right? They said that probably 1st of October things will open up in a gradual fashion once we, whatever. Right? So this 6 months, I'm sure all of you must have understood how much time you have. Right? If I were to multiply, it is around 49,800 hours you must have spent wondering what to do. And you must have understood that you're being on your when you're on Facebook, when you're on LinkedIn, and you're doing all kinds of things. Parents said, "Arey tum padhai pe time lagao." I'm sure you must have heard all those things before. And later on, when COVID hit us, all parents must have come to you to see how do I connect on internet? What do I do? How do I search on Google, Uncle? How do I search on those things? They all must have come to you and taken help from you. I'm sure you must have helped your parents and people to become friendly on
Very
digital.
true, sir.
Yeah. Right. So you've done a great job for, in fact, assisting your parents, assisting the seniors, assisting. I'm told that, a number of senior citizens continue to understand COVID and how it's going to struck thanks to young people like you. You used to come and tell us what is going to happen. Uncle, look at your mobile. I forget that app name.
Arogya Setu app.
आरोग्य सेतु है अंकल आपके उसमें लगाइए, आप देखिए आपको कोविड है कि नहीं है, और जानकर रखिए कि 500 मीटर में कितने लोग को हो गया और 1 किलोमीटर कितने लोग को हो गया. See, all that you have helped all the elder city people to understand. You've done a phenomenal job in this time, and plus I'm sure in the extra time that you had You must have done a lot of online courses. What will you do? How long will you on Facebook? How long you talk to people? You must have done courses. And you must have discovered that how online teaching has got its own advantage. Right? So all this I'm giving you what I call a Jal Dikhla Jo, what you've gone through. You must be expecting the same thing from your teachers also now. And I'm very happy to hear from Bhushan Madam and Ashar Sir that you are all doing a phenomenal job of enjoying your sessions with online teaching. And I'm sure you're all praying for the day when you start face to face. It'll obviously happen after 2nd October, after Father of Nation celebration is over. 3rd October, you all come to see each other, hopefully. Right now, little more serious activity. Before I hand it over, I'm a moderator. I'm not a speaker today. That's the good news for all of you. I don't intend to bore you beyond a certain point, right? But a couple of things I would like to just bring to your notice. You're all commerce. I'm told majority of commerce students. Some of you are IT, BSc IT students, right? You must not have seen employment is as important today as when COVID hit. When COVID hit, I'm sure statistics, Vinu Madam will tell you, millions and millions of people were sure they lose jobs, right? Because technology was able to replace them. There was no opportunity, there's no business. You're seeing how India is struggling today. We are a little better off than most countries around, but we are far, far away from the reality of how the economy will come back to steam. So people lost jobs, one because of technology, one and other also because the way business has not grown. So people were worried about jobs, and I'm sure all of you must have got your ears and eyes open. कि मेरा क्या होने वाला है, मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ और मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ, right? So you must have joined up some courses here and there on improving your communication skills, on your personality skills, on seeing how you should improve. I'm sure all of you must have done it because there's a lot of statistics shows that the online courses on these what we call in management as soft skills, your presentation skills has had a huge take. And fortunately, because your children and you're still in school, it's free for you. So you must have access to all these things and improved yourself. That's a very good sign. So today you must have realized how important employment is. And the new education policy, which I'm sure must be overhead transmission for all of you, right? Because you're not supposed to be policy makers. But you'll see when it takes effect in about 2 to 3 years, your siblings, your young sisters and brothers, right, will find it easy to choose a career and manage a career, right? And of course, now the next 2-3 years is a big challenge for all of us. So you have to make yourself employable. You know the words employable. And I'm from CII, and I've been part of the committees and groups which we did a CII industry employability study along with the AICD, more for the engineering colleges and management colleges, not for the commerce and arts colleges. And there we discovered that the kind of courses we teach, the kind of thing that we teach, the employability ratio, employability percentage is very, very low. I don't want to mention a percentage to you. I don't want to demoralize you. It's very low. So what we teach in the classrooms and what we do does not make the person employable in the company. Okay, the company has to again do the teaching to you and do it. So now what has happened over the last 4-5 years is something I'm sure all of you know it, called internships. There are a lot of opportunities that you can seek for yourself, and especially commerce students, you can go to a CA, you can go to an accounts company, you can go to all these, places and tell them I can help you out in whatever you are doing. So those are the opportunities that will help you to shape yourself in future, right? There are things called, companies today have opened gates to all colleges, what they call life projects. There are small projects, right? They give you experience, which will make you understand what is it to work under with somebody, how to manage. All these things you learn, okay? And these are the things which you should start engaging now. Apart from what Vinu Madam will give you some solid dopes on what you should be doing. And she will also tell you that what you're doing in social media today on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, if you do that well, and she will guide you on that, you will be brilliant in managing your career. She will tell you, give you inputs. I'm just giving you, because I've heard her a couple of times before, and she gives that gyan amazingly well. She'll tell you how being on Facebook, how being on these things, which 6 months back, your parents said, "Arey beta, wo chhod do, tum padhai karo." Right? But today, that is the tool which will help us to take you in the future. That's reality. Okay, and a little about me. I've been in this social media from ever inception 2006, 2007. Right, so I know how useful it is for anybody to grow and come up. Right, so this is the background and little more about since you all are members of this Education Excellence Forum of our Education Task Force. I'll tell you some very good things that we are doing, and which I mean, show some of this your principal must have told you. There's an organization called Yuva. We have a body called Young Indians. Okay, Young Indians is a body of people who are all less than 40 years of physical age, not mental age. Right. So you'll find that they are young Indians who are, and what do you mean young Indians? They are the people who will make the India of tomorrow. Okay, and they help you to grow the way you want to grow. So they have started a body for Yuva. All the students of colleges and schools, even schools also are part of this stream. So Yuva is a very strong element in Bombay, and we have Harsh, who's managing it, looks after those activities. So a lot of activities in Yuva. Now, what the activities in Yuva do? Yuva help you to interact with the society around you, make yourself feel important. How you will tell your people about road safety? How you tell about becoming an entrepreneur? You find somebody is very good in good skills, right? You'll say, come on, go and meet X person and get some more guidance about your idea. And also about leadership, how to lead people, how to work in teams, right? And there are about 28 or 29, I forget the count now. I'm part of the advisory team for them. So if you become, apart from being member of CII Excellence Forum, if your students become member of the Yuva as a college, you all will understand your relationship to industry and society. Because this is where the connect starts. Okay, so that's one side. Second is, we also have an initiative where we have what is called Education Conclave, right? We also take help of students for that. Of course, now this year it is all online, but before that it was physical. So we used to take student help for configuring the entire conclave, to doing the summit, meeting people, organizing people. So this helps you to open your personality. So we used to have colleges nominate 4-5 good students as per the requirement of the college, where the students will come over and interact with the industry and shape themselves up. So there are so many opportunities that we offer, and recently we have started a thing called, again, not for Bombay. See, all of us are in the best cities in the world. But there are other cities where things are happening, but we've not got a tab. We've got tier 2, tier 3 cities like Nasik, Aurangabad, all these places, right? So we have started, our task force started initiative of connecting 100 institutes to 100 companies. So we are already on the job, and Veenu Madam is also part of our committee, right? Where as of today, we have got 14 institutes and 11 companies who are willing to talk to each other, to collaborate and tie up. Okay, where students get an understanding of what the company does in terms of internship, projects, lectures. Faculty also get to understand what industry works like your commerce, your accounts teacher, your accounts faculty can come and can work in these companies and understand how accounts really works. What are challenges in that, and can then come and teach you practically what exactly happens, right? Apart from even the industry coming on your faculty team for a couple of weeks and interacting with students and giving them a flavor of what industry is like. Okay, so all these things we are doing it at a national level, and we are focusing on tier 2, tier 3 cities. But as you all know, Bombay, Delhi are all lucky cities. There are some unlucky cities. If you make them lucky by connecting them to industry, India will become the most powerful country by end of this decade. Most powerful country. And I know, and I'm sure you must be following our Prime Minister and everybody, how they are doing things even much against the desire of some politicians. Okay, so the world for you is huge, but you have to work hard. So here I will I just remember a very interesting quote just before I opened. That's why I got a little delay in coming onto the screen on your video conference. So here is one Michael Jordan. I guess all of you know Michael Jordan, one of the most famous basketball players, right? Who was nowhere before he was found by US basketball team, who is the brand ambassador of Nike, right? And who has got thousands of shoes where he has given his technology about the shoe for a basketball player. And you know the best part of that is he's given it free. Do not charge any money to Nike for giving the technology. So he had said a very interesting statement, and I'll read it for you. I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. Shots is not the gun shots, the basketball shots, right? I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I lost about 300 games. 26 times he's lost 300 games. Right. I've been trusted to take the game winning shot and I missed it 120 times. But I have failed over and over and again in my life, and that is why I succeed. So that all of you understand, when you fail, instead of sitting in your room and crying and all tears or crocodile tears coming in your ears, right? Learn from that failure, where you made a mistake. Way back, I'm sure you must have heard. I'm sure all of you know our Prime Minister loves Swami Vivekananda. He's one of my gurus, right? He said that every failure is a stepping stone to success. So you look at your failures, see it transparently, right? I take inputs now. After your session is over, I'll talk to Vinu ma'am, talk to Bhushan ma'am, and Achal sir, and ask, मेरे से क्या गलती हो गया आज? So the transparency in you, the गलती होता है, सबसे गलती होता है, हम इंसान है. गलती नहीं होगा तो हम इंसान नहीं हो सकते.
Very well said,
गलती होती है, गलती को महसूस करना, गलती को सुधारना, वही एक सक्सेस होता है. तो देखिए माइकल जॉर्डन, he's a billionaire, right? Even that famous Muhammad Ali, the famous person Muhammad Ali, right? How much he did to society and how much he failed. He kept telling people, the more you fail, the more you succeed.
Exactly, very true, sir.
Right? So please realize this. Don't worry about कि आप किसी कंपनी में ज्वाइन कर दिए, पूरा आप बेकार हो, ठीक है? आपको मैं बेकार लगा ना, मैं काम का आदमी हूँ, no problem. Take things in the stride. Learn why the person rejected you. Why don't get psychological about it. Because what you have now survived COVID, we had done a lot of. I'm sorry, I'll continue to talk. Don't mind. One more little bit I'll give you. Right? We had conducted we understood from a lot of students that there's a mental stress going on during COVID, especially those who are in the final year.
Yeah.
Because exams are not happening. You must have read Supreme Court judgment yesterday. That exams have to be done.
They were in a
final
fix.
Exams. Yes. So what do we do about jobs? And some companies look at your marks and only take you. So what does a student do? A lot of mental stress. So we had a professor from IIT Bombay who did a wonderful job of telling the student how you should manage your stress. You know what उसका मूल सारांश क्या था? आप वो करो, अवलोम विलोम करो योगा का. उससे आपका पूरा, और प्राणायाम करो. तो प्राणायाम थोड़ा एडवांस होता है. एकदम ब्रीदिंग ऐसा लो, कॉन्शियसली करो, जिससे आप कूल डाउन हो जाओगे. So understand that the lot of stressful moments that you have survived through COVID, you must have seen a lot of fatalities also happening around your neighborhood. You must have been saying, I'm a lucky person to survive. Yes, you are a lucky person. You are the person we want in India. We want you to survive and we want you to take us in future. Right? So a lot depends on you, beta, all of you. All of you, beta, BT, for us, both are the same. Right? Please take it forward. Please take the input that Vinu madam is going to give you. Connect with her. Connect connect with all in CII to see that you get the best of relationship that your college has signed. Your college has done a wonderful job by signing with CII. It's an investment for you as a career, right? You have to seek opportunities. Don't, as Michael Jordan said, don't worry. You are not suitable. Leave it. Don't worry. Go ahead. Try the next one. The more you try, the more you get. Okay. So finally, I hope I didn't bore any of you, and I hope you're able to remember the ones which I didn't laugh about, right? And you're able to take it forward. This is my sincere request to all of you, to not to be frustrated. That frustration word is not in your dictionary at all. You have survived this worst of times in the entire human generation. Such a time will never come at all, where the entire world has come to a standstill, right? So wish you all the best. And now I will have the pleasure of introducing this, what I call as a backdrop, right? I have pleasure introducing Vinu Pillai madam. She's a dynamic HR professional with a rich experience of 20 years plus in devising and setting up HR policies, systems, processes, right? And also in both large and mid-sized companies. Alumnus from the prestigious XLRI Jamshedpur and also Wellington Institute of Management. She has been recognized as the 101 HR tech leader. She is recognized as 101 HR fabulous HR leader. She's got the award, Dr. Tarita Shankar Award for Excellence, and she's the Best Employer Brand Award, among others. So it's a huge kind of accolades. And recently, looking at her profile, we requested her to join us in the education task force. So she's now member of our task force. She has served as honorary capacity as in various roles as director, president, associate vice president of the HR Infotech Association in 2016-20. And you know the best part about her, all the smile on her face is because she does yoga. She's a certified yoga teacher and a trained classical dancer.
Wow.
So now she'll make you dance, right? She's been dancing all the while. Now she'll make you dance, right? So over to you, Vinu Pillai, for your talk on opening the job opportunities for the students of KES Shroff College. Over to you, madam.
Good morning, sir. I'm really overwhelmed, and you know, especially the talk after your talk, you know, I get equally nervous, sir, because good morning, my dear. Good afternoon, my dear friends. I think you already woke up, and I'm sure all are excited and eager to hear us. And very heartfelt thanks to Bhushan ma'am and Vaibhav sir for the introductions and giving us this opportunity. And this is my first session formally, you know, being part of the CII team. Yeah, I represent Smart Connect Technologies as the head of HR, and that's another privilege because, as Dr. Rao said, Smart Connect is one of the trending companies which is bringing digital transformation not only in India but abroad. And it's a pleasure talking about digital transformation and how it could help you with job opportunities post-COVID. And this is an interlinked talk, and I'm sure with Dr. Rao's inputs on, you know, very, very simple things, what as students we should do. Like the first thing is, you know, the frustration should not be there on your mind. Relaxing at this moment and looking at the opportunities, you know, that's the key. Yeah, so, you know, apart from the talks, I'm going to take you through a flow of, you know, how entirely your career can manage, or you know how you can manage your career rather than depending on anybody else. So I would like to share my screen and start this talk because we already spoke, and now I think let's come to the crux of the discussion today. So you already saw the flow of, you know,
Need to go to the first slide.
Yeah, I'll just go to the first slide. So hello everyone, here we are to talk about post-COVID recruitment and job opportunities. I personally do not like to use the word COVID because, you know, it somehow sends as a fear factor, or, you know, kind of a thing which we want to avoid. But nevertheless, let's face the facts. And like Dr. Rao said and Bhushan ma'am said, you know, it's the day from here on which is going to do the change, and you're going to be the change. So I'll cover through these topics in this manner, the hiring trends, because I think this is something what you all want to know. That okay, because as my Dr. Madam Bhushan ma'am said and Dr. Rao said, we're all commerce graduates, a little bit from the arts and their BSc IT backgrounds. So I'll talk about what are the hiring trends, what's going to be the post-COVID impact, how are typically the job trends in the marketing, HR, analytics, finance, and entrepreneurship. Now, if you look at these areas, these are also the topics which would be interesting the commerce graduates. For example, I'm myself a commerce graduate, but I never pursued accounts. You know, I'm in a different field altogether. Similar like me, from people from my generation would pick up any of these topics, I mean, these areas, and, you know, would have started their career. Then I would like to take you through my company at Smart Connect. Unified is our brand, which is a digital transformation platform, and how companies like ours are helping, you know, both the institute as well as the students in driving digital transformation across, which is a very related topic, which, you know, you'll be able to see, understand how technology is really taking over and wherein there is less, human or personal connect, the businesses and things are as normal. As Dr. Rao said, it's very important for us to be on social media, and how, as a student, you can use social media to your benefit. What now and the way forward? I'll make it a little simple, so that I'm sure the young bright students will be able to grasp things and basically able to apply what we are learning today. This is a survey which was done, I picked it up from LinkedIn, which is the world's largest professional networking site. Now we're all worried that, oh, there's going to be a job loss. Yes, obviously there are job losses. There are companies which are, separating people. But we also look at the brighter side, as Dr. Rao said, and Weber sir said at the beginning, because Dr. Rao is one of the most positive person. And let's look at the brighter side, which are the industries which are actually hiring. Education, I mean, that's something which people are really hiring, and I'm sure Bhushan ma'am and Weber sir would add to it that yes, people are hiring, people are looking out for online teachers. In fact, the model of education has itself changed, which we were talking about in the beginning. Hardware and networking, yes, because like we're all now depending on hardware and networking to conduct this session. So that's a industry which is definitely booming up. Wellness and fitness, yes. Like we all know that we all need to be fit. Now we're all the lucky ones who are there and who are going to take our country ahead. So we all need to be more well and fit. So that's definitely the industry which is growing. Entertainment, yes, I'm sure everybody has a Hotstar or a Netflix on your mobile, and probably some of you all are even watching a series while the talk is on. So that's how entertainment is also capturing. Legal, corporate services, and software IT services. So these are again the companies or the sectors which are actually hiring, and you can look at the surge of the job postings which are done. A recent McKinsey survey which spoke about what is the kind of increase in the opportunities which are there. So if you look at all the industries across, they are seeing a surge. Technology definitely is the highest, followed with consumer packaged goods. Now, you just look at the packaging which is done. People are very, very particular about packaging. Even if it's a regular kirana shop guy, he wants to make sure that his goods are, packaged perfectly as per the, the healthcare norms. Similarly, the pharma, medical supplies, the financial services. I have my family members belong to the Bombay Stock Exchange and SE and all. So I've never seen them taking a days off. So financial services has never been uninterrupted, and they've had their services. So just look at the brighter side, and these are the industries which has not been impacted. To talk about retail, healthcare services, communication, basic material, and industrial. Yes, industrial, for example, the manufacturing did see a surge because we had to close down. But look at the way it's going to bounce back. It's going to be immense. This is again, these are the industries which is really looking forward for the surge in the growth. So when we're talking about post-COVID impact, I thought it was really important for me to give you some facts, which are published across. Now, Dr. Rao already spoke about a lot about how India is surging back. Now, what is the opportunity for us in India? We definitely have accelerated the Make in India movement. There's also, without trying to be political about it, yeah, we are also trying to see how we can have a work on advantages like having lower labor costs compared to China, which we were largely dependent on. How can you make and develop components within the system in the manufacturing rather than just assembly. We are encouraging a lot of exports, and we are manufacturing for the global markets. Now, definitely these are very, very a topic in itself, which I think CII can help us in conducting such sessions in future. But I think that's a brighter side, all these industries where, it's definitely a big opportunity for India. And amid this, there's technology investments happening. So this is something which is a clear graph which says that, you talk about, I just move the screen. So there are people who are not going to change or who are going to invest. So if you look at AI, cloud, data analytics, infrastructure, collab, mobility, networking, all these areas wherein people are having say that, okay, they are going to invest because technology is going to be, create an impact. And there are very few industries or very few companies which are saying that, they are not going to, fund in these investments. Again, when you look at the post-COVID impact, how the business strategies are, how India is rethinking at business strategies. Why is it important for a college student who is pursuing his undergraduation? Because right now, as the speakers earlier said, we are all worried. What is going to happen? Am I going to be employable? Am I going to, find a, will I be able to kickstart a career? Because, unfortunately, some of our final year students were still in doldrum that, okay, is their mark going to be that important? But look at the various opportunities or the strategies that are going in place. Like, definitely, we're going to talk about digital transformation. We are going to have been diverse in multiple other sectors. We'll have a direct channel, we're focusing on that. A lot of things are going to be happening on online branding. Then obviously remote working, that's going to be the new norm. How people are going to, for example, now you all are remote, students. Eventually, obviously, we may not be coming full time to college, but how you'll be, equipping yourself. Now, when you're working out of your home, how do you actually present yourself? Or even when you're studying from your home, how you're going to manage yourself? Those things are going to be the strategies which the businesses are thinking about. And like we all said, what's your biggest struggle when you're going to work remotely? So these are some areas. Now we will not talk about it, but as students, as upcoming, employable students, where if you are supposing getting an opportunity to work out of remotely, how we are going to look, these are the things which you'll have to think about. Amidst all this, has anything changed in the hiring? For example, I represent a company, we are hiring, and we are at a hiring, we may not be at a hiring spree, but yeah, we want the right talent to be with us, who would deliver us the, exact requirement. So when I talk to students, or as I said, I know the kind of students you all are in, and mostly from a commerce background or an arts background. What are the top things what you can get into after your curriculum? Have you thought about, actually, because you're from a commerce graduate, have you thought that you can actually, because you are actually exposed to a lot of things on marketing, and that's going to be one of your subjects. I don't know how many of you all are actually paying attention to it, but my dear friends, this is the right time. Like Dr. Rao also said, that are you really, even if you have not enrolled for any courses now, please look around. How much time can you spend on an Insta or a Snapchat? Please look out for important topics in digital marketing, in content marketing. Some of you must already be creating very good videos about yourself on your YouTube. Think about, a lot of companies are going to video content, interactive content, hyper dynamic content. So there's a separate stream of opportunities in the digital marketing space, specifically for you, my dear friends, in the finance segment. Now, you need not just join a CA or do an internship or an articleship. You can also think about how can you join the fintech industry. Now, I'm sure all of you are on either on a Paytm or a Google Pay, or I did not even tell you all that how to do a UPI or a online financial transaction. Fintech is an industry which is going to survive and which is going to pick up. There are a lot of startups, there are a lot of opportunities. Do a research on that, because definitely a lot of information which I cannot share with you. But this is some area which will actually inculcate that interest. That how, being a commerce student, how can you get into financial technologies? How can you actually hone up your skills and make sure that you are employable once you're graduation, or even while studying? How can you learn these skills and try to get into an internship or get into some live projects which CII can organize for you, over the years. So fintech is a thing which I request each one of you to lay more importance of, how the AI is supporting fintech. How is the mobile or e-banking done? What are the biometric technology and cybersecurity related to fintech? It's a deep down subject. My last assignment was with a fintech company, and I've really learned a lot, because fintech was there in our industry, in India since a couple of decades. But right now is a surge. Paytm is now Paytm Karo. I mean, that's going to be the mantra, because you really don't
Sorry
want
to
to.
interrupt you, ma'am.
Yeah.
We have launched a course called as BCom FinTech in our
Oh, that's
college.
great.
We have
Yeah,
launched a
absolutely.
degree for BCom FinTech. So the students,
Oh,
that is what we thought, and we got it from many of our industry partners itself, that
yeah, yeah.
FinTech is the next thing. And we also have launched
Absolutely.
BSc Data Science.
Oh, that's interesting. So I didn't know about this, but yeah, I'm going to speak a little bit on data science as well here. So interesting, sir, and really that's a very long-sighted view about the college. Also, I must appreciate, because actually industry is looking out for people who knows this background, because at a corporate level, I will not be having the time to train people ki what is fintech. So when you are already trained on fintech and the various processes, our jobs definitely gets easier. Top trends in HR. Yes, I'm from the HR background, but right now everything is changing in HR. Like I don't even see my employees face to face. I mean, I feel bad that I'm actually a people's person, and actually I'm not getting the feel of meeting my employees, checking out their well-being. Yes, but right now technology has made it possible that you can have a bot speaking. Yeah, for large organizations. For smaller organizations, you can have your teams meet or virtual chats or virtual coffee corner, etc. So a lot of things, and this is where many of the commerce students can think about starting an HR, because I remember while I was doing my graduation, I never thought that, I would get into HR because I was not so good in numbers and I would really be struggling. But then I had this HRM subject back then also, and I'm sure that's a part of the curriculum. But there was something about HR that I really liked. Maybe it's easier to understand, and I could actually relate to a lot of things. So a lot of things, people, students who are there, and recruitment is something which, actually if you are undergraduate and you want to do something, because recruiters, trust me, their job is not going to be easy, because definitely there would be AI or bots which would be hiring the candidates. But then how do you identify the right person for the right job? And this is all very crucial skills, or interesting skills which you can actually learn and imbibe. Yeah, data science and analytics. Yes, that's going to be business analytics, because when you are sitting in front of your CEO, or how are you going to help your CEO make a decisions? Because one thing is, yeah, finance and accounting and principles will tell you, but what is the actual data? How do you interpret those data? Because of finance with the data analysis, that's going to be your strength. So if you already have this course, please try to make sure that at least you get some insights into it. Help your students get into this, so that you can help the businesses take data decisions. And a company like ours, we have our own business intelligence tools which will help companies take a decision, because data is actually meaningless unless you use it in the right way. So a lot of things, in-depth studies are being done on data. So please make sure that you know about what are the latest trends. Last but not the least, about being an entrepreneur. Yes, I think the entire work from home is given an opportunity also. See, a lot of people are losing jobs, but I'm seeing that a lot of entrepreneurs are being born, because nobody even thought that suddenly, like I heard even yesterday we were talking that a very senior professional in travel industry is he's out of job because there are no travels happening. I also saw a post on Facebook which says that, hey, come to Goa and work from home. So there's actually a paradigm shift wherein large travel houses would be shutting down, but there could be smaller entrepreneurs who would be having a holiday home in Mahabaleshwar, and they would like to position it as a work from home. So it's all the way how you think, how you make the best opportunities out of it. We as India never have really given birth to a lot of entrepreneurs. Probably this is the right time. And if as commerce students, because you are very closer to, rather we are very closer to businesses, and how the businesses are done. And if we can add value as a budding entrepreneur, why not? Think about what are the opportunities, where is the opportunity, and again a topic in itself, wherein identify where there is why the startups fail, and how you can learn from their mistakes. Like Dr. Rao said that the person had to go through multiple failures to find out what didn't work and what would work. So Mike Jordan. So yes, that's how you can actually think about. Maybe I'm talking to future entrepreneurs who are out there. Unfortunately, I cannot see all, but yeah, I'm sure somebody is already thinking that what could I do, or what could I launch very soon. Amidst all the various trends, we spoke about marketing, we spoke about HR, we spoke about analytics, we spoke about entrepreneurs. What has changed? How is it changed? How were we hiring before, and what has made us change now? So I'll quickly take you through my company. Very proud to present Unified Platform. So I represent Smart Connect Technologies. We are a company founded by Shrikant Shishadri, 10-year-old organization. We started off as being a contact center partner. So we are partners to Genesys, which is the world's largest contact center solutions. And Unified is our own brand, which we have. If you look at even if I have to talk about various functions which happen, you are learning right now. You're talking about marketing. You are talking about sales. I'm sure we all have topics on customer services as a part of your commerce program. All these services, how can technology bring about a digital transformation? That is what we do. We have multiple modules wherein we talk about HR transformation, or how can a IT help desk, help in large organizations, supply chain. I'm sure these are topics which are of interest to you. Trust me, my dear friends, any module which you have can be done by a technology. And if you are able to, people like say how you can marry your technology to your business processes, that's where you can get in a digital transformation. So we as a company, we have multiple modules, processes which can help, small and large, definitely large, businesses transform their businesses and finally, make them profitable. I want you to have a look at, typically now these are, when I talk about this side, I'm trying to talk about in the academics, wherein for an academic, you students are our customers. I mean, I just putting it that way so that you're able to relate. For example, when you're choosing for a college, why did you choose Shroff College? So how can, ma'am, this is for you also, that, how can you actually engage your prospective students to come to your college? Now, are you actually using Facebook to your advantage? Are you really active on Twitter, Hangout, WhatsApp? Yeah. So that's where, you get your leads from, or, your prospect students from, because maybe, a student in Virar may not know about Shroff, but yes, why would he not come? And that's your potential student. So typically, you have multiple channels, but they are not actually unified and connected in one. What a company like ours typically does it, we get all this information right from a call center, somebody calling to your college, somebody, dropping you an email, somebody coming to your website and inquiry through an messenger or an SMS or a video call. So we have multiple customer interaction or student interaction which we'll be having on your website. And on that side, how do you actually have a centralized way wherein, as a company, we provide unified chat solution, bots, multiple things wherein, you entire social media interaction which would have, so that the least, I would say, human interaction we have, and you try to get all this information under one side. So that's one, as a company we do for universities. Like this says that, we have a unified talk which would actually grasp all the interaction what a student would be having. It could be either with your placement officer, with your colleague or an alumni, or, doing a Facebook like, somebody likes your post, that means, okay, that student is actually interested, that could be a potential student, that somebody in their family could be, interested. So these are the multiple channels which you try to bring about, so that, you get the right kind of student community to your college. And for the students, now supposing now many of you would be interested, because even while we were studying, many of us would be doing part-time jobs, and the trends, even in fact right now after 2 decades, I see the trend more happening, because people actually want to work and study because they really want to make themselves employable earlier. So how does a company like ours, because we have our own bot, it could be either placed on your website or the customer website, wherein, you actually can make it interactive. For example, immediately after this session, and people who come to my platform, and they, check with on my WhatsApp that, hey, what are the opportunities in Smart Connect? There would be a bot which would be reply. Similarly, you want to go to TCS, there would be a bot answering. So the kind of interaction what a student can happen, you don't have to go through an HR manager. You don't have to actually connect with the HR person. You can actually get interaction. There are a lot of other bot interaction. For example, it could be on a Skype, it could be on a web chat, Telegram, or Facebook. For example, people interested in Smart Connect and they like my post, and I would actually know that some people is, actually interested for an opportunity outside. Then we go a level deeper, where we actually try to understand the sentiment and the analysis. For example, madam, this could be something interesting for you. For example, when you're trying to, engage students online, are they really happy? People are really going through stress. How do you actually understand whether, how was their day? Because are they really stressed about? Because I don't want to talk about the negative things, because suicides are very, very common, I don't want to go to the extent, but yes, is a child happy today? Is there any worry? Is his career progressing? So a lot of things which you can actually observe his behavior on the social media. you know, how is he interacting here? Because, you know, sometimes they have their own pseudonyms and all, you know, and they could be tagging along. So a lot of things which are, you know, we have as a technology also, which can actually do, we call it conversational AI, wherein we can do a lot of sentiment and emotional analysis, wherein, you know, how they interact, what are the tweets they are doing, what are the Facebook posts they are doing. For example, you know, if somebody is constantly following a Sushant Singh news, what are the things, you know, you should be thinking about? Hey, is he getting suicidal, or are those tendencies? Because these are all things which kids of today's may not talk about openly. So how do we actually analyze their behavior, online behavior, and, you know, get to some analysis? So as a HR unified platform, we have multiple things, right from the hiring to onboarding to engaging the or, you know, employees. Similarly, these are the solutions we have put across in large corporates like a Tata Sky or a Mahindra Finance, wherein people actually don't have to hire people to, you know, do all these activities. Multiple things are done using technology. I just thought it was very relevant so that students across and also the universities know that how companies are engaging on a digital platform, and how as a institute also you could, you know, probably engage in a better way. Now that's you know, something which we said that how can what can you do on social media? You, as in when I'm talking to you, it's the students there. How do you create your own online reputation? Because these are all topics in itself, but I think for the relevance of time, I'll just quickly say that how can you make more relevant content? How can you use right hashtags? Yeah, for me personally, I feel that, and Dr. Rao would also agree, because he's been in this on social media much before I came into. I'm actually a novice compared to him. He would be having 30,000 or 40,000 Twitter followers, and I'm probably at somewhere very, very less in Twitter, a little higher in LinkedIn. But yeah, but for us, that's the opportunity. How can we grow? How can we actually make meaningful conversations, and, you know, make sure that we build our own online brand? You all are at 18, 19, or, you know, 17, 18, 19 age students. So how can you actually start using Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and, you know, Insta to your advantage? I'm sure all of you all are there on Insta, but nobody has a professional Insta page. Wherein if I have to look at Nishant Modi's Insta page, will I be able to get a right you know, feedback about him? I'll quickly search Nishant, and is will he be embarrassed, or will he be happy if, you know, a recruiter like Vinu or Dr. Mohan Rao sir, you know, goes to his page? So why? Because I can say Nishant is there on the call, and hence I saw his I put his name, nothing personal there. Yeah. So Facebook, how you all can engage is, what are the kind of posts you are making, what are the kind of likes you are getting. Similarly for LinkedIn, I'll talk more about LinkedIn here. Then what are the kind of posts you are making, what are the likes you are sharing, what are the group participation you are doing. Yeah, so these are the metrics which, you know, can help, these platforms will help that, okay, are you really visible on social media? Because like, as young budding students, when a recruiter is hiring, showed you the previous stage, you know, slides, wherein as a company like ours can actually see your interaction ki acha ye banda kya tweet kar raha hai, is he really doing a lot of hate speeches, is he really bullying people on a Facebook or an Insta or on LinkedIn? Yes, are, you know, because LinkedIn also people can get very personal about certain things. So these are behavior which as budding students you need to take care about. A little about how impact of digital transformation is there in recruitment, which is very relevant to our topic today. Now, to talk about recruitment and the usage of social media, uh, more than 92% people or recruiters are now using social media for recruitment. Why? To find the best candidates. Because, you know, for example, personally, I am part of multiple WhatsApp groups, or because WhatsApp is also a social media. I mean, let me add there, because though it is not as frequently used, but recruiters or hiring managers make sure that, you know, they are getting their candidates for recruitment from the social media. The share of companies that use social media has grown up from 82% to now it would be close to 95%, because this is a new normal. And the entire, there's going to be it's already a paradigm shift, wherein, you know, we actually don't see or actually physically meet a candidate before they join. What we do is, you know, we do a Skype and a video calling. But even to do that, and whether the right person whom I spoke to and who's joining or who's there on his Aadhaar card, the entire thing, the checks and, you know, mechanism has to be more stronger. So online video interviewing, digital assessment, digital interviews, candidate experience, these are all were the nice to have situations. But right now these are very, very business critical. So online video interviewing we never thought about. Arey, chodo yaar, kaun abhi, who will do a WhatsApp call or a Skype call to an interview? When we've always believed in candidates walking to our office for an interview, but right now these are the tools which are definitely going to be a game changer and help us in the business decisions. I'll quickly also share with you how you can make your LinkedIn profile, because a lot of information to be shared, but very, very making it very crisp and very relevant to our audience here. I'll talk about how you can have your good profile vis-a-vis a great profiles. If I had the opportunity, maybe at a time, or maybe you could call a speaker who can actually talk about, because this is a topic in itself. Because I'm sure, I don't know how many of, cannot see the raised hands now, but how many of you all have actually a LinkedIn profile? The question would start from there. And if you have some, Madam Bhushan, you could actually do a survey whether are your students really, really getting active on LinkedIn. How can you as a college encourage participation in LinkedIn? How can they make better profiles? Are they sharing enough stories? Okay, this is a college did. Because a lot of things, it is important that we also highlight what as a student community we are doing. So like Dr. Rao said, CII is, has a UA wing, and why don't you participate in that? And that could go on to your LinkedIn profile. Because when a hiring manager looks at it, we are not only just looking at a commerce graduate, we are also looking at, hey, does he have a team building capability? Because as a student, I'm sure he or she would not have got a work experience. But what are the extracurricular activities he or she is doing? Extracurricular activities not just limited to hobbies of you be a trained dancer. You being a dancer is not going to help a recruiter if unless we are a media company, or unless we are into film production. But what are your other skills? What are the life skills you have learned? That's going to, and that you have to actually add on your LinkedIn profile, so that adds. So how from a good profile you can make a great profile? That's something which we could do maybe at a later stage, or we could connect on LinkedIn and, hey, you can tell me, ma'am, before your talk, I was at a good profile. Now I've made it great profile. You can also ping me, WhatsApp me. That's all. That is fine. I want to see you actually. This session has really impacted you, and your profile has become from good to great. So what are the things you will add? Even for example, my nephew was asking, मामी मैं तो सिर्फ पढ़ रहा हूँ, तो मैं क्या लिख सकती हूँ? बोला यार, write that you are a student and be proud to say that you're a first year engineering student from so and so college. Proud to say that I'm an undergraduate from Shroff College. I mean, you should actually be proud of your institute. Why don't you put that? Because that's where will come that, hey, these are the kind of students Shroff College is producing, and these are the future leaders. Though it doesn't matter you are for commerce, what are the things you are learning in commerce? You can always say, I look forward to become an entrepreneur, and that's what the spark in you. So I want you all to actually, all these 100 odd students, 70 participants right now, if you could actually spend some time and make your profile from good to great, that would be, a thank you for me. This is something, yes. For example, somebody is looking at on your Facebook, or maybe you connected with a person like me. I know you may not want to connect with aunties and uncles, but fine. If as a recruiter you want to get in touch with me on my Facebook, I'm fine. But then, how are you projecting yourself? Because yeah, we all like to have a very personal side. For example, even I would be having a personal page wherein I would love to party. I would love to go out and do blah blah blah. But then, what is the image you were trying to portray to your professional academics, or for your professional journey? That's very critical. So from a bad example, like I'm not saying I nothing bad about partying, but who is your audience going to be? How are you going to project yourself? Like Karan, would you like to say that, hey, this is a party animal? Or would you like to share, click your pic in front of a library and say, hey, this is my profile pic? So how you're going to position yourself, like I said, how you're going to create your own online brand, that's how going to be, the key here. As I said, certain touch points which I said, these are elaborate topic in itself, but yeah, for how to, engage students at your stage when you're doing your undergraduate programs, and a lot of information, but no clarity will not get us anywhere. So I am just trying to conclude my talk with a 3-point plan. This is typically how I would like to do it, because all these talks and all this gyanbazi iska karenge kya. So something what my dear students you all can do is, I'm sure now you really have taken up commerce, great. You have really taken up data science or BSc IT, great. But usme kya? Now this is a stage for you. Start thinking. Like we all said, 5 mahina lockdown mein, we all did a lot of masti, lot of eating, binge watching or Netflix and PUBGs and blah blah blah. Yeah. All that is good. That should continue. Start focusing on your career. First of all, you try to introspect. I know introspection ऐसा नहीं है कि हमारे एज पे ही करते हैं. You all can also start thinking, मुझे करना क्या है? What is it that will excite me? When I do, am I really liking accounting, or I'm really liking towards the secretarial practice, or do I like law? Try to think about yourself. You will find your own answers. Like I said, back then, I really liked HR, and even now, we are all now, thanks to technology, we are all connected. All my college groups, or my post graduation, or PG groups, all are connected. And especially in the college group, we really have very strong bonding. And people actually tease me, because I was really never an outstanding student. So, and they really appreciate me now that, okay, I have made some name in HR or some career progression, and not that it's great, but back then also, even now you can actually think कि मुझे करना क्या है? What is it, that subject you really like? And try to focusing on that. So link your long-term goals, and you can also make a short-term goal. That okay, if you want to become a marketing director someday, what are the things you will do today? Okay, you can enroll for a marketing program. You would like to know about how to write content. Are you good at writing? Then can you be a content writer? So you like social media so much, so why don't you become a social media expert? These are the things you can do, think about. Yeah. So I think if you have a notepad, or maybe on your mobile, start thinking, or click a snapshot and think what you can do. And this is another thing, and a very, very important thing, build your skills. If you had paid attention to what Dr. Rao said, he said that it's very important that you start skilling yourself. And these are skills which you will actually develop over a period of time. ये lockdown में तुमने क्या वो skill imbibe किया? It's always easy to say that, okay, so many people lost jobs. But why did they lose jobs? There could be multiple reasons. Very, very bright people, even I could, like me, people could lose jobs. That's fine. But have you reskilled yourself? Have you upskilled yourself? What are you good at? Now your skills could be, you are good at communication, you like organizing, you like to conduct events. So for example, you were very good at conducting online alumni college events. Why don't you do virtual programs? Why don't you approach Bhushan ma'am and said, hey madam, chalo webinar karte hain, chalo ye karte hain, chalo hum log ye community drive karte hain. Because a lot of things, my dear friends, people are doing on the digital platform. What are you trying to help your college in these days? Think about how you're going to build those skills. If you're a good researcher, do some good research project for your college. If you're good at writing, write some good articles. आप एक अच्छा article लिखो, LinkedIn पे post करो. Nobody charges anything, but that remains in that LinkedIn for long. And people will look back at, Karan and say, hey, Karan wrote such a good article. I think I can only see a few faces, so I call out their names. And this is something which is very, very close to my heart, and I probably tell it, Dr. Rao would also agree, she actually presents the same thing, sir, but the only reason is because I've been able to connect with senior veterans like you. I think Dr. Deepak Deshpande, all my gratitude to him, he connected me to you, Dr. Rao, and that's where my journey in CIA began, and this is actually my first CIA session, and I would say that unless you start building those small steps, you cannot really build your network. And for me, I always say this, I have a bunch of people who support me during my highs and lows. Yes, my family and my friends, very close support. But for my professional network, these are my network is my net worth. And I'm really proud to say that I have very, very strong mentors, Dr. Deepak, Dr. Divedi, Dr. Rao sir now, who has already actually been my help, and they actually help you, motivate you in your journey. So even if I'm in my mid-career now, another almost a decade to go, but yes, people always have to be connected, always have to start building your network, and your right step starts now. So that's something which I would say. and just bringing it back to the digital transformation. So this was a joke floating around, a very silly thing, but yes, who led the digital transformation of your company? If most of the businesses, they ask, is it the CEO? No, not the CTO, but Mr. COVID. So yes, COVID has really made us think, really pushed us to the wall, really shut in our homes, and we're really desperate to go out. But yes, that's really brought about a digital transformation. I know of my uncles and aunties who are never, like Dr. Rao said, never tech savvy, but now yes, they are following news on the digital. They're really getting more information about COVID from the WhatsApp messages. Yeah, a lot of piracy there, but yes, everybody is adopting to the digital transformation. And not but last but not the least, these are my LinkedIn connects. I'm sure if the things are connected, please feel free to connect with me on my digital connects. I'll be more than happy. I'm not just here to increase my followers, but I would really want to inspire the young generation. This is something which I was really, really close to my heart. And probably I would just quote something from Rumi: what you seek seeks you. So what you are seeking seeks you. So because deep down I always wanted to get into an NGO. I've never shared with a lot of people, but somehow I feel like connecting. And today when I am somehow associated to CII, I would have never thought about getting associated to bigger platform, because people who are only there in the industry knows the magnanimity and the basis. It's a 125-year-old organization. And today, when I'm representing CII with Smart Connect, I mean nothing more than that, because I'm able to bring about digital transformation, but I'm bringing it through CII. That's a feather in the cap. So all humble gratitude to all my mentors throughout. And these are the digital connects. Happy to connect with you all, because like Dr. Rao said, hum to aaj hai, kal nahi hai. You are the guys who are going to take India forward, and let's use technology to the best. And that's from me to you all. I wish we could have met in
Great.
person. That's a big thanks from me.
So before we go to question answer, and in the meanwhile, any of you have questions, please put in the chat box, and we will take the questions with Vinu madam. So I have only a couple of questions to her after a brilliant talk that she's given. What are 3 things that a commerce graduate should do, Vinu?
So as I summarize, sir, I'll just repeat it. Let them first make out that what is it that interests them. So they can actually introspect whether they like to do BFM, that is, getting into finance, because accounting, finance, you actually need to know the difference. What is the basic difference? Are you getting into, an accounting, finance, or are there other business roles which you would like to get into? There are multiple career options for commerce students, and they actually need to know which is their interest. So I have actually listed also a couple of opportunities. You want to get into marketing, you want to get into sales, because typically a commerce graduate also can get into sales. They can do an inside sales, or they can do now there's no field sales. So a lot of people who are good at knowing numbers and cracking deals, they can do that as well. So a lot of opportunities. And then that's basically finding out what their interest is, then building their skill. Now, for example, somebody is very good at numbers, they actually need to make sure that they're really sharp. For example, they're actually planning to get into further studies as a CA or into finance, they need to hone up those skills. Somebody is actually not interested into that, but want to get into marketing, then they need to know how the entire positioning of a product is done, what is a branding. These are all particular subjects, though you have not taken a marketing right now, because for various reasons, and it happens, typically it happens, you get into commerce because you actually parents tell that you do it, but now is the time you can actually think about what you could do next. And then as we said, get into social media, go to your LinkedIn connects, try building that, see what is happening, because you use the internet to your advantage to know what is happening around and which is your interest. One of you could be a very good YouTuber, you never know. How many of you all watch Prajakta? I can see some smiles. Who is your favorite YouTuber? So I'm just saying that it need not be that you're doing commerce. You have to stick to your commerce only. Find out your interest and do that, and try to follow your passion as well. So I might be telling you to think differently, but don't get stuck because my commerce kara mujhe accounts just because somebody has told you. You can get into technology, you can learn software programming, multiple things. So our education now is evolving and will help you. And the more diverse you get, you will definitely hone up your skills.
Ma'am, can I, sir, can
Great.
I, sorry to interrupt, can I come in?
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah, Vinu ma'am, there are a lot of questions that come to from our students is, as an interviewer, what do you see while taking the interview? If you can just help the students with that, because I have normally used this terminology that 12 saal se I'm not able to judge one person. How in 3 minutes you will judge a person? So that's I mean,
that
12
puts
years
my
I've
job
been
in
married.
risk, sir. Okay, so one thing is one thing is academically how we are done, that is reflected on your mark sheet. Now if I talk about a virtual screening process, supposing you are supposed to go for an interview, right from the time your pitch, how your screen looks like, is there enough light on your face, are you appropriately dressed, are you able to make an eye contact with your camera, are you fumbling, what is your communication skills. So basically, even because you're an undergraduate, I'll limit to that. The recruiter actually sees that what you have written in your profile, or actually have you even designed your profile well, because most of the time at this stage, and I think even now, people just try to copy paste. Don't try to copy paste your profile. You make your own, you create your own identity. Try to write your career objective, because even if you're going for a sales role or whatever role, accounting role, you at least that should mention that you are interested in numbers. Just because your parents told you to do commerce, don't get into that flow. So a recruiter actually tries to look also, is a candidate does he have the real inclination to work? What is the attitude? अभी वो स्क्रीन पे बैठा है, ऐसे ऐसे कर रहा है, क्या मोबाइल देख रहा है, I think Smith is adjusting his hair. So everybody is observing everything. Even I would have done something and you would have observed. So be very conscious, because now it's going to be a virtual interview stage. The way you're talking, are you getting any interruptions? And how you're presenting yourself. What is the clarity of your thought? What are the internships you have done? अगर आपने कुछ resume में लिखा और ऐसा ही because friend ने लिखा है, you'll be caught there. So understand the company first, where you're going to apply. What is the job description? SI, just for the sake of it, don't attend the interview. Research about the company. Research what the profile looks like. Think that okay, you're a fresher. So supposing that job requires you to do a presentation, then actually do you know to make a PPT? These are the basic things even as a fresher we would expect, because a lot of things are taught in college. Have you done presentation in front of it? So how you are articulating yourself? What are the choice of your words? How are you able to even speak? हमारा voice का modulation हो रहा है, because these are now very critical things, because now a recruiter actually cannot see you. He can only see you or hear you on your mobile. थोड़ा आवाज, posture is important. How you look, how you appear confident is important. All these things are very important. Preparedness is important. You तो microphone इधर उधर ढूंढ रहे हो क्या, what is. So make sure that everything is set clear and have a smile on your face if it's a video.
Yeah, just to add to what
just
to add what she said, just as maybe look humorous, I always say that interviews are for rejection. So the persons come in mind to reject you. You have to do a good job by getting you selected. So you have to keep yourself alert. You have to manage yourself. And Dr. Asher, we also can organize, some webinars for your students to develop videos.
Yes.
We have got some industry skills with us who can, we can have a separate session on that, where they can develop short videos, short, things which they can put up on YouTube, they can put up on the LinkedIn and put up on Instagram, by which they get noticed.
Yes,
See, today, as she rightly said, most of 62, I think last 72% companies are using software to track people. Okay, and whoever I want, I'll follow the person on LinkedIn and follow on Facebook and see how serious the person is about doing the job. Because there are two sides to life. One is the youth in life and the seriousness that today environment has shown. So I always say that keep yourself alert and nice and be conscious of what you're doing.
Very good.
Yeah. So there's one more question. What are future opportunities of business management?
So, sir, would you like to take that?
HR.
Opportunities in HR?
Both opportunities in HR and what is the future for business management?
So business management is a combination of the multiple roles, because when we pursue your MBA also, you feel that okay, you're going to become a manager. It is nothing like that. You have to start at the bottom of the pyramid. You need to know what are the basic skills required for a role. For example, you have done your operations management. You should know how how is the basic project management done and things like that. So basically, your basics should be very clear, and whichever role you are getting into. For example, every industry will have its own. For example, if you're joining a pharma, their business processes would be different from when you join a supply chain. So because we are commerce students, we can get into multiple roles, but you should know how the key role is done. You should be very good in Excel and the basic technology tools. You cannot expect to go there and start your learning skills there. So make sure that you're already equipped with technology as well as your core curriculum skill. With HR, I already spoke about talent acquisition is the recruitment or the role HR onboarding or operations. Now these are all things which in the virtual time, a lot of things have changed. So what can you add value is in the HR analytics or data, or even to start with you can get into actually the hardcore recruitment also, because those are there are a lot of opportunities which are available as a recruiter. Now, if you think that no, recruiter is not telecalling, it is not that. It is actually finding the right person for the right job. So you actually need to get into an employer's mode and find out what is the kind of job requirement, and do you have the right skills to assess those person. For example, like Weber sir said, that how can we decide if a candidate is fit for the role? Because if as a company you are hiring, you should know what is the company doing and what are the requirements, and whether the particular candidate will be suitable for that role. So basically, those are the skills which you will have to get involved into. Or if you are really a commerce student and you are good at numbers, you can also get into payroll management. Now for that, you actually need to get specialized training into how payroll processes are done, etc. Compensation and benefit is another large area. So there are various sub faculties in HR which you can actually do research and find out more. So there is HR core HR operations, there is employee engagement, which is actually building connect with the employees, which is a very immense field in itself. There is HR business partner, which is actually working closely with the business, understanding the business requirement and supporting the business in the day-to-day functions. And there is HR core operations. Then so there are multiple aspects of HR which, if you're interested in do more research, you can definitely connect with me and I can share more information.
Great. As you were talking, I could see a lot of action on the screen. Some people are enjoying, some people are having, so these are certain things. So these are certain things you should try and avoid, especially when you're coming onto the such platforms. I mean, this is my personal thing to you. All of us have spared time to come and talk to you. So, you can, and I find a majority are serious. I don't say that some of them are noting also the points as being said. It's a good sign. But the people who are having masti at our cost, stop that. Don't do that. It's not impactful at all. Yeah. So then is one more question. Are there any applications like LinkedIn through which companies can see our profiles? All your whatever today, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, companies know how to track you there. Okay, so don't worry about what they do, but you be serious about the way Madam said. The kind of post that you put on Instagram, the kind of name that you give. If you want fun, you change your name and put it, but the photo remains the same. So we will company will track there is the same photo with two names. So such things should not happen. You should know what you're planning to do in life. Okay. I just have to understand that look at the social media phase, which was very part for over 12 years, maybe 18 years, is that in the last couple of years, social media has become serious. Okay, in the sense like people in education, people who are students like you, that social media is no longer fun for you. Okay, don't think that it is cracking jokes on each other. All those things do impact your future career. So this is something a caution today, at least for those who have come and heard Madam talk to you. There are certain things that have been tracked. Okay, and depends on the company's interest. I don't say all companies do that. At least the top 200, 300 companies are today having social media people attached to human resource department to track and see whether the employee coming in, especially the fresh people, young minds. You're all young minds, right? What are your tendencies on your when you have enough time around you? So these things are noticed. So please, if you are serious about your career and you don't have, money like Junjunwala and others, right? Do keep yourself, good on social media. Enjoy, but do it seriously. Be happy. Be conscious of being noticed. Especially if you're going to apply to big companies, the Tatas and all these Godrejas and Birlas, they are tracking people. Okay, that's the last piece of my side. Anything else you like to add? Ashish, any more questions are there?
Not really, sir. Not really.
Okay. So I request our Deputy Director of CII, Amrita Gupta Madam, to take over, please.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. Vote of thanks is always the trickiest because the interesting part is over. Now people want to run back to what they want to do. So I'll be really quick and I'll start by thanking Veenu. Thank you, Veenu, for those fantastic insights. I'm sure that they've benefited our students and faculty, and I would say that they have benefited us as well, even though we are already in the corporate stage, but still it's always good to get these kind of inputs. Thank you, Dr. Rao, for the surprise element of the voting poll and for making it so interesting. And it always kind of helps us also to know as to what has really filtered down and how much the students will be able to adapt to what they have learned today. Lastly, thank you, Dr. Lily, the principal ma'am, Dr. Bhushan, and Dr. Asher for facilitating this session and for getting the students on call today. Thank you, all of you, for being here, and we look forward to having a continued and a long-term association with all of you.